just start with questions. Who wants to go first?
Not all at once.
Yeah, not all at once.
Well, Braden, just tell us about the tournament, man. How did you feel? Were there nerves going in? I mean, what did it feel like to walk away a champion?
Going to the tournament, I try to treat it, like every other week. It wasn't really anything different, but ultimately, like it is different when it's an NCAA championship. But it's pretty cool, to be able to put myself in contention and, ultimately come out, kind of being lucky and playing well that week and being the winner.
What are the last 2 days been like? Last 2 or 3 days of the past week?
A lot of this kind of stuff, but I mean that's a good problem to have for sure.
Was there a certain point that it sunk in for you that you had actually won it? What the magnitude of what you'd done?
Kind of steadily. I think it still hasn't sunk in completely, but I'm trying to enjoy it as much as I can. My friends are still texting me and stuff. Congrats! It's a really cool feeling.
How much experience do y'all have on bent grass greens? I know that's something you are concerned about going up.
We only once or twice this season, maybe. Probably only played once or twice. I played in junior golf and stuff a little bit, but really not that much. But the greens aren't really the big issue or the fairways, but the rough out there, the bluegrass or whatever that kind of rough is it's so much different than Bermuda. That's definitely the biggest factor for me.
Did it roll noticeably different in the all, or is it about the same?
The greens, there's no grain on the greens, but overall, I mean, if good Bermuda and good bent, it's not completely different.
Talk about how important it was to get off to a good start with the 66 on the first day.
Yeah, being the 600 through 12 the first day frees you up a little bit. You can kind of fire at some pins when you're playing well the first day and try to just take it as deep as you can. And obviously that's a good feeling. Kind of get out ahead of the field on the first day and just kind of go from there.
Coach, after Sunday, you said you envisioned Braden walking away with a big trophy. What made you so confident going into that day?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you would have walked around with him, and seen how he was playing throughout the week and those, first few rounds, that you'd probably felt the same way. He was confident. He's really built for this. I mean, short game was so good. We knew that the wind was going to be pumping through there the next day, pretty good. So, with his short game, that just played into his hands. His mentality doesn't freak out. We knew the stage wasn't going to be too big for him. He'd been in that position before. His Jones Cup victory, some other victories. So, for me, it was pretty easy, and he made me look, smarter than I am.
How common is it if you're not taking a practice round? I thought that was kind of interesting. Did y'all run through it before, or were y'all just like blind to it?
No, we had one practice round.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was talking to someone before, I didn't know. But,
yeah, we got one practice round, and all the teams had a shotgun start, so we got to see it once.
Did you, with the girls, I know the girls were playing before, and that golf course was playing really tough for them, and they were throwing up some monster numbers. Was that intimidating at all? I mean, did you know how hard it was going to play going in?
Not really. We went up there to watch it beforehand. Actually, I told a couple people I thought the winning score for the guys too was going to be around even. Just looking at the holes and the way the rough was and stuff like that, I was actually surprised when we got out there and had a good first day and how low the scores were.
Braden, was there a point in that final round where you kind of got to thinking, I got this, but I got to make sure I stay focused on what I'm doing to make sure that I keep it?
Not really. Until I got to 17, I wasn't, real confident. I had a bunch of par putts, and there was some guys, like 1 and 2 behind me. So I wasn't really 100% that I had it really until I hit the green on 17.
How do you handle that kind of emotion, you might say, just to remain focused on what you're trying to do and not let the outside stuff bother you?
The golf course itself gives enough challenges when you're not really worried about the outside stuff. I mean, I was worried about, keeping it in play on each hole, and I kept leaving myself, those 6-7 footers for par, and I was more concerned with that than anything.